Renee here. In this video, I'm going to share with you what I do to get ready on the days when I'm just really not feeling it, when I can barely muster the energy or even the time to do my ideal morning routine. This is what I do on my bare minimum days from skincare to makeup. Super simple routine, no actives, just really efficient multitasking formulas that get my skin feeling and looking good, but also my favorite everyday makeup. On my most minimalistic days, which does happen quite a lot, I'm only using about 3 formulas on my skin. My priority is, as always, Glow Bounce Volume. I never skip my hydration, so I'm using my Essence. She gives my skin that deep hydration I need, but also moisturizing as well. You do get a sense that everything is just being held in. My skin is so bouncy when I use this, and I really feel I need a lot less skincare. If I want more richness, I will go in with a second skin. Nothing makes the skin glow like layers of hydration. The second formula is kind of my moisturizer, but it's also hydrating. From Merit Beauty, their Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. This is exactly what I want, a formula that gives my skin instant radiance, but it's skincare, not makeup. This is hydrating. It's got 4 different weights of hyaluronic acid, but it also has cactus root, which you may remember. It's one of my favorite TCM ingredients. So this has a lightweight texture, but it really feels moisturizing. 2 pumps is what I use. It's perfect and it leaves my skin feeling really moisturized, and also glow has entered the chat. So my last skincare step is sunscreen. I'm going to use a formula that is moisturizing as well, but my skin already feels pretty sufficiently moisturized at the moment. These sunscreens, in my opinion, also sit really well under makeup. So usually for incidental exposure, but really good protection, I will use one of my Korean sunscreens. But if I'm going to have heavier sun exposure and requires a little more resistance, then I will probably go for my Japanese or European sunscreens. I actually am obsessed with P20 for kids on my face because it's also really moisturizing. Just a reminder that I usually apply my sunscreen in 2 lighter layers rather than just 1 thick one, just to ensure that I get the proper coverage and protection that I need. I'm at this point where almost every cosmetic item I use is from Merit Beauty. They're one of the rare brands that really get what I want from makeup. Simple makeup that enhances rather than covers up. It started when I bought these 2, and now it's makeup, but it's got skincare elements to it. My favorite kind of makeup is the kind I can apply just using my hands. The Minimalistic, I got without a second thought. This is so up my alley. I rarely use, if ever, both concealer and complexion makeup. I actually use one or the other, but in the same way, which is just to touch up certain areas rather than apply it on my entire skin. And that's exactly what this is, one or the other, or both. I usually apply this concentrated under my eyes and in the center of my face, and of course in the areas where I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation. So the center of my face is usually where I have a lot of redness, and so I just work and blend outwards. This has a luxurious silky texture and it blends out effortlessly, which is really important to me because I don't want to have to be pulling on my skin. I dab around the areas of pigmentation just so that there could be a little more coverage, and sometimes I will go in with another layer if I feel like it still shows up. I never put anything on my forehead. This is all it takes to just even out my complexion without completely covering it up. I love a cream blush, and there are 2 shades that I use interchangeably depending on what I feel like. I love Beverly Hills. It's such a unique color that matches my skin so well because it's an earthy kind of peach tone. I'm going to directly swipe it on my cheek so you can see the color. I would say this is about as foolproof as a blush can possibly get. It blends out really effortlessly. You can just dab and it just blends out into this natural looking flush. On the side where I have more hyperpigmentation, I'm going to just dab so as not to disrupt, the coverage. A lot of cream blushes have a powdery finish, whereas this has a satin one, which I much prefer. Many days I actually just stop right here. I just apply some lip gloss and I'm done. I'm just gonna do a little more of those. Shiseido's MicroLiner ink has been my forever staple. I'm using brown. I just use this to tightline just to create a lash line that doesn't really exist, or at least it's just so sparse. I'm not precious in the way I apply this. I have no skills whatsoever. I simply just follow the lash line and then extend a bit on the outer corner. As I mentioned before, their Clean Lash Mascara is one of the first things that drew me to the brand in the first place because I love a tubing mascara, and there are not that many out there, but that's the only kind of mascara I will use. So when I see a new one, I will absolutely try it. Right now, this is the only mascara I want to use. The reason why I like tubing mascaras above and beyond all others is because it is the only mascara that truly does not smudge. It's impervious to my oily eyelids, and that is my main problem. It's not so much waterproofness that I need. It's more like oil proofness. I just have oily eyelids, so there's always going to be smudging. There's none of that with tubing mascara. This also coats the lashes. It tubes the lashes, so it thickens and lengthens, but more than anything, I love that it is so easy to remove. You just basically use water and it will just all slide off. I need my makeup to be low maintenance. I'm going to use a little bit of the brow gel now just to tame things. Their tinted lip oil in Taupe is pretty much what I've always been searching for, which is that perfect your lips but better, but glossy. Our lips are all different shades. This just happens to be the perfect one for me. It's not too light, it's not too dark. So instead of the Taupe, I'm gonna actually use All Naturel because this has like a nice peachiness to it. This is also a great combination to use with the Beverly Hills blush. So that's it, everyone. That's me getting ready using the minimum amount of effort. Thank you so much for watching as usual. And until next time, I'm wishing you great skin health. Bye.